I come from Barcelona, Spain, and responsible teacher for the Practicum at the Universitat Oberta de Catalunya, Open University of Catalonia, UOC. That means that I'm the person who coordinates all the professors who teach this subject in our law degree. First of all, I would like to present to you a video of my own university, because I think that it can help to understand the environment where our practicum is developed. So let me put the picture.
Welcome to the Open University of Catalonia, a university born in Internet in Barcelona, Catalonia in 1994. We are a flexible institution present where our students are, adapted to their available time and ready to help them face the challenge of a diverse, interconnected and very demanding world. We are a community of over 100,000 students, graduates, professors, researchers and contributors in 45 different countries, using information technologies as a driving force for development and social well-being, providing access to knowledge through lifelong learning. We are an online university, an open university, open to people, to cultures, to languages, to ideas, open to the world and linked to societies where we work. Please stay with us for a moment to learn more about our institution and visit us at our virtual campus.
The Open University of Catalonia's mission is to provide people with lifelong learning. The aim is to help each individual to cover their learning needs and to enjoy full access to knowledge. The university uses information technologies intensively and offers an educational model based on personalization and on accompanying the student at all times. The Open University of Catalonia sets out to make a contribution to the progress and well-being of people and society, and to build a global knowledge space. The Open University of Catalonia's underlying principles are to be a university at the cutting edge of technology, to be highly innovative with regard to its learning model, and to be a benchmark for quality in its academic and research work. When it comes to e-learning, the Open University of Catalonia is a benchmark. It is a university that was born on the internet in 1994. It has received awards for its quality in education and management.
Thanks.
Thanks to its educational model based on information technologies, the Open University of Catalonia can provide lifelong learning. The student is at the centre of the learning process, and their access to training does not depend on place or time. Regardless of where they are, where they live or how they work, Open University of Catalonia students can manage their own time, plan their own pace of study and build their own itinerary for studies. The Open University of Catalonia has developed its own educational model, fully adapted to its students. In this model, the counsellor offers students personalised guidance. The tutor monitors progress in each subject. Continuous assessment ensures academic progress and successful learning. The virtual campus allows for interaction with the entire university community. Multimedia teaching materials supplement the specific materials produced for each subject. The virtual library offers access to all the necessary information resources. The services provided for the university community include activities and special benefits. Support centres provide personalised attention and resources for students. I saw that I was able to achieve really good, excellent results whilst controlling my own level of commitment and controlling my own time. In a way, it was very proportional and I thought it was great.
It's a bit different to a traditional university. I remember when I studied 10 years ago that we spent most of our time in the bar rather than the library, so that's certainly different with the UOC. But probably for the best. I think you get more from your studies and more from the time. You can use your time more effectively.
In general, the contributions people make are very positive, because you don't only have input from the lecturers and the notes and the academic materials you get at any other university, but you also have input from other people.
Any doubt that you have is answered really quickly by the lecturer, within a maximum of 24 hours. And in terms of your fellow students, you can ask about any doubts, problems or concerns you may have on the forum, and someone will soon get back to you. The Open University of Catalonia makes university studies compatible with an active professional and personal life. Open University of Catalonia students are committed to continually improving their skills, are used to thorough, methodical intellectual work with a critical spirit, manage their time well, are familiar with and advanced users of technology, are accustomed to working in a network. At the Open University of Catalonia, students are never alone. Their counsellor offers personalised guidance. They are in constant contact with their tutors for each subject. They are in touch with their fellow students. They can find on-site services at the university's support centres. They have an online service for paperwork and academic procedures. They can contact anyone at the university directly. They can interact and network with over 100,000 people.
Well, now I show you what Practicum is, how a virtual classroom. Yes, you know. Sorry, it's my daughter's laptop. It's my daughter's team also. And what is a practicum and how our virtual office runs. The practicum is a mandatory subject at the end of the law degree at our university, with a very clear aim to prepare students to the future legal practice as a lawyer, through the simulation of a stage in a real office where the teacher plays as a lawyer and the student plays as an intern. It's a role play. The students learn to solve legal cases, spending in average 15 hours in each case. Teachers in the practicum are not necessarily in their real life lawyers, but judges, prosecutors. There are people who has a lot of real experience. Nowadays, we have 14 virtual classrooms with just one teacher in each one. The average number of students per classroom is 20. The practicum at the work is taught in 2 semesters. In the first one, students practice private law, we call practicum 1, and in the second semester, students practice public law, we call it practicum 2. Teachers prepare cases based in their experience, and the practicum assistants prepare them to be delivered to the students in all the virtual classrooms.
So, you're right. So you have faculty who may not be as familiar with teaching via online, and you've got somebody to mediate between them and the students and get it online and set it up.
Yes,
okay.
yes. And we prepare them to be a multimedia.
Right.
Yes. How our virtual office works. And the students, we call it interns because it's our role playing, can access the virtual legal practice course through the university site, as all of the subjects of the law degree. Fill in the required files where the username, as you can see, the username and password to log in. The interns arrive at the screen which shows all the subjects they are enrolled in the current semester. You can see, for example, 1, 2, and this one is the practicum. By clicking on the link here, they can enter to the virtual law office. And they can see this screen. This is a functional virtual law office. This one is a screen corresponding to the Practicum 1, private law, virtual law office. This office is based in a platform developed by the UOC. It's our own platform, but it's compatible with Sakai. It's a free software and Moodle. And now we can see the screen corresponding to the Practicum 2, public law, virtual classroom. Yeah.
And what are those flags? Are those things to do, things they can click on and view?
Yes,
Okay.
it's functional. I will show you.
Sorry.
I will show you now, no problem. When the interns arrive at their office, they will find that the lawyer has left them a note. This is the notes that they can find. And the notes refer each new case that has been accepted by the law firm. And now we can read one of these. If we by clicking on the note, we can access to its contents. This one tells it comes in Spanish, of course, tells the intern that the film has a new client, a man convicted of domestic violence. It's not a nice issue, but this case has been prepared by a teacher, a woman who worked as a domestic judge. The lawyer here on the note asked the intern to start working on the appeal against the sentence, as there is not conclusive evidence. To start working on a case, the intern must first retrieve the case file. Clicking on the office case, a list with all files appears, and then the intern selects the one referred by the lawyer in his note. And we can click and this screen appears. The file corresponding to the new case is 003509. Then this file corresponds domestic violence.
And those other files might be files the student might be working on also, or might
Yeah,
be,
because
okay.
I will show you because each semester they work. No problem. Yes, thank you. This is a file corresponding to the domestic violence. In this file, the intern can find all the documents dealing with the case. Clicking on the case, the screen appears. Similarly to the real law practice, the range of documents can be large. In this concrete case, the lawyer has given here the entire preliminary ruling in the criminal proceeding here, and the forensic medical report. The intern can access them just clicking on the link. And then if they click, this is the forensic medical report. Student can see this document and tell you. And this is the preliminary ruling in the criminal proceeding. The intern has to prepare the appeal against this sentence. reading. To prepare his work, the intern can ask the lawyer whatever question or doubt they may have. Just clicking on the telephone, the intern can write an email to the lawyer. Clicking on the telephone, this screen appears. And the lawyer will answer the question in less than 48 hours. The lawyer can direct the intern to the YouTube's UOC's channel. It's a known channel for university, where he can find some other information related to the case, such as specific interviews, news, statements, yes. As you can see. In this case, we can see the trial held at the criminal court corresponding to the Practicum case that we are studying, that the lawyer wants the intern to watch at on the YouTube channels. This is a real trial, but it's a hypothetical client. It's a very useful tool for students because they can see a real trial.
Okay, I guess I'm missing. It's a real trial based on this fake. Okay.
That is connected because it's the same. It's a trial corresponding to a domestic violence. This is a man who
Right.
is, yes, and it's useful because it's the similar question that they are working.
So it's similar, but it's
Yeah.
not
No,
our client?
No.
Okay. How long is the video last roughly?
It depends on.
Oh,
Because sometimes it's a part of a video.
okay.
No, especially things that the lawyer wants that the intern listen at.
Thank you.
Yes.
Can I ask if the student doesn't ask the lawyer specific questions, would the lawyer still direct them there? If a student doesn't open the email and write something to the lawyer, will the lawyer write to the student and just
Yes,
give them advice?
they can just do the work that they have to do, but I show you because there are a special space, who's the forum where the students can.
Really, you
Yes.
can view that even if
Yes.
the
Yes,
tutor hasn't.
yes,
Okay.
yes. You can be more or less active. It's true. Clicking on the library, intern access the virtual law degree library. The law degree. Yeah. It's the same way. Clicking on the library, this screen appears. At the library, interns can find news, obtain virtual and real documents and books, contract forms, access databases, etc. The works provides more than 100 databases. You can see the Westlaw, you know, not the Westlaw. More than 100 databases. They can find all the jurisprudence. Here, the forum is a space where interns interact with their classroom colleagues and also with the lawyer. They can comment things related to the case, ask questions to each other, and clicking on the cup of tea, the forum appears. It's a very visual screen, but it's useful because you know where you have to click. The forum is also the space where the lawyer proposes debates. Here he tells the intern that is very important. He's telling here the intern because this is the people who has worked in this field. And it's very, very important that the lawsuit is well matched with a concrete jurisprudence. They, as it's an interacting way for the lawyer and his interns. If the interns are on the virtual campus, they can also chat online. And the same for the lawyer, they can chat each other. Our goal for the next semester is in the practicum is to implement the Lang law. It's an online tool that allows students and teachers to record their audio and video productions and to listen to the others. To work with Lang law, the students only need the Flash Player program. So we think that it will be a very useful tool for our students. With a Lang blog, the students can export recordings to mobile devices such as MP3 or mobile phone. Lang blog will be a useful tool to improve the oral skills and performance ability of students. This tool is being used very successfully in the subject of languages. I will show you a video that explains a little more what the Lang law is. I hope so.
You too.
While we're waiting for it to load, do you mind if I ask a question?
Yes.
Roughly how many students do you have being supervised by each faculty member in a class?
Yeah, we have the lawyer with only 20 interns. It's a very...
That's a small
yes, a small
group.
Group, yes. All the students have a tutor. A tutor who help them in any question or job about the law degree. Yes? They have also the responsible teacher. In this case, and the responsible teacher. If there are any question or doubts about the subject, they can write me. Maybe I can find in YouTube directly.
Okay.
Maybe I can try it with YouTube. Is my PC or the connection? We have test and yes, Blanca.
I remember hearing this. Physical office thing.
So like a file where they have to like say, okay, there are these documents, and if you make it big enough, it's like, okay, right, like, or it's like,
Teaching assessment.
where is it? And what's important, that kind of, what's the verbiage and what's.
Yeah, right.
No, there's a physical file. It's not the word.
Sure.
You can tell me that I have
And
the
you
wrong
kind of use that, I mean, I got some targets if I'm.
You do this, you give them a small file, then you have to do some work with it, and then in sections of next we have it integrated into the webcast. After the case is progressed, it's actually a case that we get to try and initially, and then it turns into litigation, so we get the again, just to try and get them to understand how the file builds and
Right.
it's quite hard to actually, it's a lot of work that we has to follow as we talk about what the document is. The interface that I'm playing is the Jupyter.
Right.
Because it just becomes either a huge one-page document or it doesn't
Right,
look good. In this
right.
case, you've got almost just a list of links and then it doesn't look like a physical file.
There must be a way to create that.
Yeah,
You could
must be.
have a two, I mean, depending on how you want your file to work, you could have at least pages and just.
I'm trying to think, could you do it through PDF?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Might be quite. I've been asking for it.
Yeah,
what that to look like.
Right, what it was.
Quickly get to that.
I can tell that.
Instead of just scrolling through.
Are you going to have to act it out?
Yes, yes. No, I'm not problem. I go on with the PowerPoint and then I can see the.
What team is that?
Barcelona.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
That's they're the best team in Europe.
Okay, this is gonna sound really strange. At what?
At soccer.
Soccer.
What other sport is there in Europe?
Take a round care and just say soccer.
All right.
Well, while the work is done, the students have done his work, the entire click on the try that allows the work to be sent directly to the lawyer. And after that, when the lawyer corrects the work, gives the intern a model as a solution, and even the hypothetical final of the case. The lawyer gives the solution and the final result on the case in each file, here, as you can see.
Well, do they also, for individual student work,
Yeah.
kind of rate it and send it back, or say, this was good, this was bad?
No, there are feedback with each one.
Okay.
Yeah, the lawyer comments the things that are wrong and
Right.
things like that, or well done, or there is always interacting.
And so while they were doing, all 20 students were working on this one?
Yes, all the students do the same cases. And all the classroom, all the Practicum 1 classroom do the same case.
Even though they may
case.
have different, what I call the professor who was setting it up?
Yes, but we have The practicum assistant is a person who homogenizes the works to be sent, to be present on the internet. Because it's the same model for all people.
Okay.
But each professor prepares a case.
And then they share the
Yes,
cases?
and
Okay.
the practicum assistants prepare the case to be given to the students.
How many cases are each student, is each student working on?
This semester it depends on. This semester in practicum 1, 6 cases, and in practicum 2, 7 cases.
At the same time, or?
Yes, no, it's
One
first
after-
one and
finish
two,
it?
two. Yes,
Okay.
but they are all time working. They
Right.
don't stop. It's a very stressful situation, but it's the real life.
So each of these cases maybe takes 1 to 2 weeks?
Yeah,
to work on?
yes.
Because you work on one and finish it,
yes,
then you work on
yes,
another. And if I were a teacher,
yes,
I might not know anything about domestic violence, but I would still be working with students.
yes.
How does that work? How do you help me as the teacher if I'm not knowledgeable?
Yes.
Like Sarah knows domestic violence, so maybe she wrote the problem. Did she give me the answers? Did she talk to
But
me?
each professor knows, but there are teams. In fact, all the teachers are a team. And there are speciality that they control. This case, as you said before, is prepared by a violence domestic judge. When she prepares this case, she gives to the others some guidelines.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because they are
Yeah.
a forum only for the teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
Only for the teacher. Then they can ask, and if they ask without a question, they say, hey, Maria, what is that?
It's like group work.
Yeah. The answer.
Yes.
The answer.
This is the real life, but on the net.
Yeah.
Did you say there were 14 groups or 20
No,
students?
14 classroom, 7 virtual classroom for practicum 1 and 7 practicum for practicum 2. 7 and 7, and 14 professors. Just one for each classroom. And it's a very small group because in the other subjects we can find 80 persons, maybe. It's not usual, but they can have. Here in the practicum, no. The average is 20 because we want that the student be checked. Yeah, yes. On. With
Kind of has a slightly woman's name, and you type that sucker in the middle, and you get lots of stuff. You do get the statute is there, or a reference to it, but so are some pictures and things that I just didn't come up the first couple times that I did. But by the end of the semester,
We do a weekly search on eBay for cabins and CDs and stuff. If you type in cabin, you get California legal road bikes. If you go to
scale of the business.
It's best sold by a scantily clad law student.
Sorry, I was have to tell my boss.
Yes.
So, this exists though, like, you can't run it, we could go watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a link, there was a link on the calendar.
Right.
Yes.
Right,
Oh,
you always
okay.
put your slides into the Cali website for the conference. That was
Small
great.
explanation. It's more interesting that I say it.
No, I don't think so.
No problem.
I'm very sorry.
No, no problem. We can find the link. The solution, yes, here. Yes. In this case, the domestic violence, the law has given the inter, the appeal brief, the prosecutor's report, and the Court of Appeals ruling. They are clicking on the and the appeals brief may be by the lawyer as an example, because it was the word that the prosecutor report that is based on a real report, then they can see, and it's very useful for the student to see that. And finally, the court appeals ruling absolving the law firm's client. That means that is a well done job. In Practicum 1, private law, students have worked 7 cases this semester. This is the file corresponding to judicial money claim, dissolution and liquidation of limited company, arbitration, shared custody in a divorce, company's shared sale, testament, and protection of incapable person. In Practicum 2, public law, students have worked 6 cases this semester. Permanent incapacity to work, drug trafficking, petition to be released from the prison, tax claim, domestic violence, this is the case there, and public maritime domain.
What made you choose those cases?
It depends on, because before the semester start, we have a lot of cases made by the teacher, and we select independent, because there are a lot of subjects that they can work, that it depends on. We are changed, useful cases, but in general there are no criteria because we have to prepare a lot of cases.
Okay.
Because it's private law and public law, then have no specific criteria. This is academic achievement. It's an excellent subject in the academic achievement. Practicum has the blue line represents the percentage of students that take the continuous assessment out of the total enrolled. In the practicum, it's normal to take the continuous assessment, but in the other subject, you can choose the exam or the continuous assessment. But it's more useful, and in fact, we recommend the continuous assessment. Students learn a lot, and in fact, they prefer the continuous assessment. And practicum is logical. The pink line represents the percentage of students who pass the continuous assessment out of the number of students that they teach. And light blue line represents the percentage of students that pass the practicum. It's incredible. It's a very good percentage. And the practicum 2 rates are similar. And this is the qualification that interns give to the practicum. This is the percentage of students satisfied with practicum 1, this one satisfied with lawyer, with the teacher, satisfied with the continuous assessment, and satisfied with learning resources. It's a very good qualification. This subject has a very good qualification, and the same for the practicum too. Well, that's all. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
How long did it take you to set this all up?
Sorry?
How long from when you started thinking about teaching these law practicums did it take for you to get going with it?
For the students?
No, for you with setting this program up.
Yeah, but in order that this kind of program be useful for the students, because we start with the practicum in 1998, and is a subject that is continuously in.
So you've run it about 10 years.
Yes.
But
about 10 years, but it's a very it's changed a lot, this subject, because we are continuously making a new technologies. It's a very changing subject. But now, to arrive and nowadays situation, we have a lot of experience now, and we have correct wrong things.
Right.
We have put another that runs better, and things like that. So I hope that